Good morning, beautiful friends. Okay, it is quiet. It is early. We're beating the heat today, and I'm doing a little work in the greenhouse because I have taken your suggestions. Man, okay, a lot of you have done furniture refinishing and staining, and I don't know why I didn't even think to mix my stain colors, but that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna start warming up these beautiful benches in my greenhouse. Okay, but as we go along, it's filling in like I imagined. Okay, and also look at my love in a puff. You guys, it's happening. It's finally happening. Okay, in we go. So I have my benches all set up in here, and the tops just pop off super easy. And these are the stain kind of little patches that I've been playing with. This one is Special Walnut, and this one is Provincial. What I actually did was I did 2 coats of the Special Walnut, and then after I got so many comments about mixing them, I threw a singular coat of the Provincial on top because I actually like a little bit of warmth in the wood. I think it's gonna serve this greenhouse really well. So what we're gonna do is I went to Dunn, which is our local lumber store. Oh, these are not from Dunn, but I was at Sky Nursery. You guys, we're gonna plant some Nicotiana today. They had these adorable starts from a local grower. Let's see here. They are log house plants from Cottage Grove, Oregon. Okay, well, I saw these and I was like, these look so healthy. They're so cute. I thought it was kind of funny that they matched the stain that we're doing. Here we go. Should we take a board for inspiration? Gorge. Love it. But this is Nicotiana Bronze Queen. And so I just was like, I've had to yank a couple dahlias because of disease. But we're not freaking out. We're not getting upset about it. We're going to throw in something cute instead. And so I've got some zinnias in, and I'm going to add some Nicotiana because I just think it's the sweetest flower. And if it self-seeds up here, you guys, I will be a happy little camper. I'm going to go toss these in the garden. And while I'm waiting for coats of stain to dry, we'll plant these out. Here's what we're working with. I have a little penetrating stain. This is Special Walnut. This is the color that I was really attracted to. I do have a couple of darker pieces of cedar on my workbenches. Cedar is fairly uniform, but not perfect. I mean, it's a natural product, which is why I love it so much. And it's a wood that's very common here in the Northwest. So I grabbed that, and then I grabbed a little guy of the Provincial because I don't need a whole lot. I am thinking kind of a 1-to-4 ratio. And then, we're not using today, but these are the plugs for our TimberTech decking. I am just waiting for Brian to run an errand, and I'm going to do this staining, and then we're going to finish the last 2 boards on the deck. You guys, I'm not a deck builder, so I am not featuring a video on how to build a deck, but it is looking super good, and I will show it to you guys when it's done. Okay, I also grabbed gloves, and this cool thing, it's like a multi-mix container, and it has kind of the ratio measurements on the side. So we're gonna do this. I think probably what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna do this in a bunch of phases. I am going for done and not perfect. And I'm even going outside my box doing this on YouTube because it's not something that I do a lot of. And so be kind to me. Be kind to me in the comments. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get the gloves on. We're going to get the gloves on. And I brought the box down because part of me wants to mix it in the box. Just in case I spill. Because that'll probably happen. And this set of boards is more weathered than this set of boards because this is the table I've been watering on. Now, I am not going to try to have this be like a piece of furniture. That's not the goal. The goal is to have a pretty workbench that is made of cedar that merges more with the French UK aesthetic that I have in my greenhouse because I still, this is a Northwest garden through and through. And so for me to have cedar benches, that was like, I don't know why I would get anything else. Brush or rag in direction of grain. Wipe off after 5 to 15 minutes. Dispose of properly. Spontaneous combustion. Woo! You guys. Feeling very nervous about this, but there's no turning back. All right, guys. We're going for it. Oh, God, it's happening. Okay, we're going to be fine. We're going to do this. Oh, I'm spilling already. Oh, Shazam. Oh, shiitake mushrooms. Dag nabbit. All right, well. We're staining. We're staining. It's happening. Oh my God, it didn't leak out. What on earth? What kind of good juju am I rocking today? Okay, we're into this. Okay, first step. Done. Bootstrap farmer trays for everything. Bootstrap farmer trays for president. Okay, so I have it mixed up to the 3 line. You guys, this is like comedic. Just telling you right now, this is comedic. Okay, I'm gonna remove. Oh my God, I cannot believe that did not soak through. You guys, I have the crafty angels looking out after me today. I'll tell you that much. Okay. I will have to say though, I'm a good little painter. I am a good little painter. Okay, all right, kids. Well, I guess we're gonna do this one first. Here we go. Oh. I'm a genius. This looks so good. It's crazy. Okay, so what is really interesting about this process already is the stain is going on very rich, very dark. I'm not opposed to that, but it definitely wasn't what I was expecting. As it is drying, it is becoming more walnutty. It's becoming a bit more neutral, which I actually am kind of grateful for, because I was like, for a second, I was second guessing myself. I was like, oh man, did I just screw this up? And now I can't fix any of it. No, I think it's gonna be fine. Also, we're going for finish not perfect. And so whatever it turns out to be is what it is. These are the first boards that I did. They're looking really good. What's so funny is I can already tell it's absorbing differently in certain areas. And so I think, you know, it's so funny. I think this is the area. See how it's a little bit lighter? I think this is between the spacing of my Bootstrap farmer trays. Okay, I think I am. And so I wonder if it's dried out and so it's absorbing the stain more readily. So what I'm gonna do then is I think I'm gonna let this dry a few more minutes, and then maybe what I'll do is I'll flip this over, stain the backside, and then I'll move on to the tables. Well, kids, I took 2 seconds to rethink the process, and I moved all the boards outside and put them on the stairs. We're gonna move on to the base and body of these tables. And when I went back online and I was reading the dry times, they really say it wants to cure for 24 hours. So even though it might be dry to the touch, even though I might be able to like wipe it off, I think it still needs a full 24 hours. So I'm gonna be very good and I'm gonna follow the internet's directions. And instead what we're gonna do is we are going to now stain both of these tables. So far, I am loving the stain color. So without much further ado, I've got my, my tarp down so I can quit wrecking the floor. You guys, sometimes I just get like so excited about a project. I don't want to wait anymore and do any more prep. But I'm going to be good. And I'm throwing down the tarp and we're off to the races. Welcome to arguably the most difficult part of this project, which is these back benches. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I've noticed that I am not so tidy when I am staining. When I'm painting, I'm immaculate. Staining, I am a disaster. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go work from top to bottom. As soon as I finish staining this bottom shelf, I'm gonna start wiping down the top shelf. So we're going in order. And then I'm gonna do the top rim, wipe that whole thing down, and then do the bottom portion and the legs, and then wipe that whole thing down. Because that was hard about the other bench, is like trying to figure out where I wiped, where I didn't wipe. Okay, let's do it. It is so beautifully rich colored and it's matching my dad's stool like perfectly. You guys, it's working. This second bench literally took me 45 minutes to stain, which I actually don't think is that bad. We're gonna let this set. I'm gonna move on to two of my, if I get this done, I get to play in the garden tasks. And then I will bring you back at the end of the day because everything does need a second coat, but let's at least put the pieces together just to like get a sneak peek. I don't wanna leave you hanging. So the sun is fully up. And I've pulled across my shade cloth, which I love it so much, just because it allows me to film in here when otherwise it would just be way too bright. So here's what we're gonna do. On my left is my mortgage lifter tomato. If you missed the video where I had to top the mortgage lifter, to bring it up to speed, I decided to see if I could grow it horizontally. Well, I think it might be working. It's still early to say. It obviously keeps wanting to like send its shoots up. And what I've been doing is I've just been tying it down with twine because I ran out of my favorite compostable clips. Well, you guys, I got more. Okay, these are compostable clips. They're amazing. They're from my friends at Seattle Urban Farm Co. Hillary is incredible. They make the Frere trellis. By the way, I'm buying all this stuff with all my own money. I do have an affiliate link and I will leave it in the description below, but this is a company that I have followed for a very, very long time. Okay, so they just redid their packaging. You guys, it's so cute. Now, they sell it as a tool to be used for vertical gardening. That's not what I use these for. I mean, I use them for my beans. I'll use them for my cucumbers, but you know what else I use them for? I actually use them for my roses. When I train roses at clients' homes and I'm trying to get them attached to a structure, I will use these little clips. And I had run out and honestly, like I was really hurting because I just don't think string does the same job that this does. So I'm gonna zoom you and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do it. So this part right here, you wanna put the string inside of it and then you bend it down. And then there's just a little tiny snap and you're attached. It is so so good. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I am going to redo a couple of these. Like, I was tying these off with my favorite nut seam twine, but it's kind of like you just need the right tool for the job that you're doing, and this isn't doing it for me. Like, these little guys are not doing it, and also I didn't leave some of them loose enough, and I feel like I'm causing some rubbing on the tomato. So I'm gonna put one more in. So basically, you just take your little string, you put the teeth in the middle, and that is it. It stays nice and tight to the string. It has good tension, and there's a lot of space in here for it to grow. And at the end of the season, when you're done, all you do is you clip your string and you compost the whole thing. It is like, could not be easier. These have honestly, if you grow veggies, this has been a game changer. Ready to start placing Nicotiana. This is Bronze Queen. It's an adorable, lovely Nicotiana. It's gonna be about 2 to 3 feet-ish, if I would take a guess. And so that's something I want to place closer towards the pathway. Now, the reason I chose Bronze Queen, number one, it looks adorable. Number two, having some of those brown tones start out here. Same thing with my zinnia, the linen. Having some of those softer, moodier tones pulled down the walkway kind of helps set the stage of where we're headed. I think I want to do 3 little placements. One of them I was actually thinking might be kind of cute right here by the slider. So I think one of them is going to go here. Let's see, where else are we going to put them? I feel like this zinnia right here, or excuse me, this dahlia right here, it's super stunted. And so I think I'm going to put one here just to kind of fill that space. I also like that I'm clustering some of my interesting annuals I'm bringing to the space. I've got my Love in a Puff planted here. And then I pulled out another one over here, another dahlia that was not looking good. And so that one is going to go right there. I'm just realizing I don't have a drip line back there. Son of a gun. Okay, wait, one there, one there. Maybe I just put it here. Honestly, I kind of wanted it back a little bit more, like right here. But maybe it's fine to have it there. I do love like how it kind of narrows down this opening. It kind of like V's it down. All right, that is what we'll do, because I have an emitter here. Yeah, that's gonna get plenty of water. Okay, so cute. Sun is fully overhead. I'm gonna head inside, do a couple other tasks, and then let's come out and check in at the end of the day, because I wanna see if the stain changes a little bit as it sinks into the wood and dries. It's after dinner. My son and I came back outside because I was like, buddy, can you take a thumbnail? And so thank you to my middleest child for taking the thumbnail today. But it's, you guys, the workbench is perfect. It's so perfect. It is the right depth of color. It's got that beautiful walnuttiness to it, yet it still has a bit of that kind of more warm tonality that I think plays so well with the green of the greenhouse. Okay, guys, also, look at it with my dad's old work stool. If you have been here before, you know that I lost my dad a couple years ago very, very quickly. It's a very quick battle with cancer. And my mom this past year gave me his old work stool for my greenhouse because she saw what I was hunting for. And it's having pieces like this that were so foundational for what I'm actually creating here. Like, yes, it's a French greenhouse. Yes, I have a bit of this UK aesthetic that's brought out in the zinc planters. Yes, I have Northwest influences with these beautiful cedar potting benches, but at the core of it, the nostalgia piece is that this beautiful banged up work stool, and now having a stain that enhances this and brings it into the design, you guys, it's the perfect touch. All right, friends, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna see you in the next one. And in the meantime, as always, say hello to your garden for me.